Now I'll call the City of Cannon Falls City Council meeting for Tuesday, March the 3rd to order. Roll call.
Councilmember Duncan is absent. Gallops?
Here.
Holst?
Here.
Johnson?
Here.
Mattson is absent. Schobloom?
Here.
And Mayor Robinson.
Here. All please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening and welcome everyone to the first City Council meeting of March. At this time, the chair will take a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion by Merle, second by Rod. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Moves us on to public input this evening. Citizens may speak to issues not on the agenda before speaking. Please give your name and address for the minutes, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Come on up, Rose.
Hey, Rosie Schluter, Stanton Township. I came here to talk to you about communication. Communication used to be that you just had to have one person and then you could talk face to face. That's the only choice they had. Today we have texting, email, cell phones. It's really great. Or so I thought. What happened was when I tried to get hold of the city council, I couldn't by the modern means, so I had to show up tonight to talk to you face to face, which is okay. Except about 3 weeks ago, I've been covering the stories and people have been asking me, what does the city council think? And so I said, well, you know, I'm a journalist. I'll ask them because they were elected by the people and therefore I can get their comments and we can put it in a nice article and respond to the folks easier. Didn't work. After one email and no response, a second email, no response, a third email, no response. In the meantime, I've been checking with City Hall to see if I had your correct emails. With a phone message, or I left a phone message with your mayor because he could respond for all of you, and he didn't respond to me. So my point is, I'm facing you now just because I'm here as a journalist to help you communicate with the people who elected you. That's all I'm here to do. If you are uncomfortable writing or saying something, I will help you. That's
Rosie,
my point.
it's like this. As a journalist, there's nothing that says we have to respond to a journalist's questions until we have a point or we have a direction that we're going. So, I mean, like a lot of journalists do, no response from the council. It was all you'd have to put in the paper. Unfortunately, that's the way it is at this point. The council
No.
does not have a decision, and there's nothing that says that we have to respond.
And the question I asked was phrased gently and moderately so you could express your concern that way. I got a response from Dave Maroney and from Ron Johnson. They are not elected. They responded.
Right?
And
There's
they
nothing
did
that says
very
we have to
well.
respond. I don't respond to a lot of journalists until I have something to say. So we don't have to respond, Rosie.
No, I know you don't have to respond. I think because most of you are my friends too, and the rest I would like to be my friends, that just saying that you couldn't respond or wanted no comment would have been appropriate too. Just maybe a little insight in how the world can be run in a little nicer way.
Mayor?
Yeah.
I think maybe I could respond to that. I had sent Rosie an email on February 20th, and I guess if it's okay, I'd like to read that, because I
Go
think
ahead.
it clarifies a few things from your perspective and our perspective as staff. It says, I said, good morning, Rosie. I can't speak for councils on this request, although I will say that council members need to be careful not to discuss strategies, problem solvings, and so forth, excuse me, outside the arena of an open public meeting In other words, a potential violation of the open meeting law. Council needs to share their ideas and provide direction as one body, not individual members. Council will be establishing a special meeting in March, date to be determined, at which the only topic of discussion will be related to the Highway 52 Access Safety Study. That leads us to the position Dave and I are in. It is up to us to provide the entire council with necessary information to make well-informed decisions. This information needs to be discussed at an open, public meeting of the council, and again, as a body, they will make the policy and provide direction for staff, including Dave and me. That was my response.
And, I mean,
Very good.
yep, I think that clarified a lot of it right there at that point.
It just puts council in a real difficult position when each of you are talking to the same person and at least a quorum of you, and it does stretch, gets a little tenuous as far as this open meeting law.
Yep, I agree.
And many times the media has not been kind and has taken things out of context.
Anyone else wishing to address the council under public input this evening? If not, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Items of this area of the agenda may be adopted, or they may be removed and placed on the business area of the agenda for discussion purposes before approving. Item A is the just and correct claims for the accounting period ending February the 27th, 2015. Item B are the meeting minutes for the February 17th, 2015 City Council meeting. Item C is accept a generator from Mayo Clinic Health Systems, Cannon Falls, and approve expenses to relocate and install a City Hall/police station, or at City Hall/the police station. Item D is retirement of Assistant Chief Wazinski. Item E is Resolution 2121 establishing utility rate charges. And item F is approval of the Zip Rail Technical Advisory Committee membership and appointment representative. Are there any issues anybody wishes to bring down?
Mayor, as far as the last item on the zip rail, I know Councilmember Gallups had expressed interest in being on that committee, and I asked her if she would want to be the alternate representative, because we do need one. So it's not in the memo. I didn't have a chance to talk to her before the memo went out, but she is interested if you'd want to.
I think I'll put that under item 7B on for council business, and we'll just approve her that way.
Okay, any other discussion on the consent agenda, if anybody wishes to bring anything down? If not, the chair will take a motion to approve the consent agenda as submitted.
So moved.
No, second?
Motion by Merle, second by Rod. I'm so used to Bill doing it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. That moves us on to item 7A, which is council business, Highway 52 access study, set special meeting.
Well, as was mentioned at an earlier council meeting, was suggested that a special meeting be set up that was dedicated strictly to the Highway 52 access study and related issues. And it's in talking with Mayor Robinson, in speaking with MnDOT, Greg Isaacson with Goodhue County, and with SEH, March 10th will work for those folks. It's a Tuesday night, which is it's not a regular meeting night, but it is the night you meet. It's in between two meetings. So if that works for you, it seems like everything's in line to set up a special meeting for March 10th at 6:30.
Works for me.
Works for me.
Fine. Okay, all those in favor of a special meeting at 6:30 on March the 10th to discuss nothing but the Highway 52 access study and areas around it.
You wanna-
Consensus, or do we want to make it a motion? Let's make it a motion.
I'll make it a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Merle, second by Rod. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Yes, it is. It's a regular special council meeting that'll be open to everybody. Just a special one for that day. Then item 7B, I'm going to add this evening, which is to add Kathy Gallops as our alternate representative for the ZIPREL Technical Advisory Committee. Rod is going to be our primary member, and we're going to have Kathy go if he can't make it. Is there any other discussion on that, or anybody have a problem with that?
It's Ron, right? Ron is the.
Right,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
I just want to clarify.
yeah.
Okay.
Did I say Rod?
I don't think so.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Or do we need a motion? Yeah,
So moved.
okay.
I'll second.
Motion by Merle, second by Rod. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations. One more committee. Okay, that moves us on to reports. Mr. Maroney.
The only thing I have is that the Planning Commission will not meet next Monday night at 6:30, will not.
Okay.
That's all.
Chief?
It seems a little silly to already be talking about this, what with the snowfall today. However, I did receive an update from the National Weather Service on their flood predictions, and at this point, they're predicting a less than normal chance for flooding, given the snow cover, moisture content. Even with a rapid runoff melt, they don't envision that it would result in flooding, at least for our area. Again, as that starts to happen, we'll be monitoring. Every year, spring brings the guess of is it going to or not. But should we get high water, obviously, we're continuing to monitor it. We're alert the residents that are in those affected areas, and depending upon the circumstances, either I'll inform the administrator and hear and advise council, or you may get an email from me direct. And the mayor and I talk when we get into those situations on a pretty regular basis in case we need to move into an emergency declaration or something. But we are already planning for that. I just wanted to let the council and the citizens know. That's all I have.
I have nothing to report.
No? Merle?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Kathy?
I have nothing.
Nothing for me.
I'd like to say we had a real good meeting Friday with the members of the Senate Transportation Committee. They visited Cannon Falls, drove around the interchange area, and listened to concerns on transportation issues here in the county. And there were 5 of the senators there. I'd like to thank them for coming to town. Also, the senators were, I think, learned a great deal of what we actually need out here. And so I'd just like, again, say thank you for those folks that showed up for that. I'd also like to say good luck to Assistant Chief Wazinski on his retirement, and hope that, wish him good luck in his future endeavors. And if nobody else has anything, the chair will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.